This week, our Nikki-Dee Ray spoke with Parker from Nashville, who asked, is there any way to capture a rainbow?
Parker from Nashville asked, is there any way to capture a rainbow? Technically, no, but you can always make rainbows, when you get certain angles of sunlight and enough water particles. But how about putting one in a jar or a vase? So here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna need several household items. First one, some honey, Dawn dish detergent, water with some food coloring just to make it fun. Then some olive oil, and then rubbing alcohol. But this is gonna make a rainbow, but also teach us about density. Because density, like oil and water, they just don't mix. And we're gonna be able to see that in the form of our rainbow. So first, we're gonna add some honey. Then we're going to add our dish soap. And if you notice, they're trying to hang out together, but really not seeing too much of a mix, because we're talking about different densities. Then just so we can see the water better, give it a quick stir, and then we're gonna pour this in as well. So you still wanna try and get it in the center, not so much on the sides. And remember, since we are working with food coloring, you can stain your clothes. Then we're going to get some olive oil. Now, if you look close, it looks kind of like a big old blob, doesn't it? But once things begin to settle, you can tell that there are different densities. It almost looks like a layer of cake. And take the rubbing alcohol, add that on top. So right at the bottom, obviously there's the honey. It did not move. It is very thick. It's very dense. Then coming up next, we've got our dish soap. And then coming up close, you've got the oil. Right above that, some of our rubbing alcohol, because it's really light. So none of the colors are truly mixing in. So there's a way to have a rainbow, but let's admit, it's a little messy of a rainbow because of the food coloring. But I'm glad you asked, and I'm so happy that we're able to show that you've got a rainbow, and different densities mean a lot. In the atmosphere, we do a ton with density because we've got different air masses bringing in different densities, and that's how the atmosphere continues to stay so fluid, and that's why weather is so important. Science is cool. If you've got a question, let me know, because I sure am glad you asked. Nikki-Dee.Ray at newschannel5.com.